Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're tackling something really ambitious.
Definitely. We're looking at these source materials in a different way.
Yeah, not just as history, but almost like a map. A map of human memory, maybe even inherited fate.
That's a good way to put it. We're tracing these intersecting lives, across centuries.
4 centuries, all connected somehow through the experiences of two people in one room, right now. Or, well, in 2005.
Exactly. It's quite a setup. And it poses this huge question, really. How far back does your own trauma, your own story actually begin?
So let's start there. In 2005, our main lens is this character, Milo.
Right. Milo is an Iraq War veteran. He's got a severe spinal cord injury, and he's also dealing with a pretty acute PTSD.
And he's getting therapeutic bodywork from a young woman named Honor.
And the setting itself is significant, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. This old veterans hospital in New York. It's built on ground that was, what, a Revolutionary War viewpoint?
Yeah, key vantage point. And before that, William Bailey, Barnum and Bailey had built an estate there.
So history is literally the foundation for their meeting. Layers of it.
But the real mechanism, the thing that kicks this all off, is Honor's touch.
He resisted at first, doesn't he? Calls it invasive.
He does, but he also calls it shamanic. That's the word he uses.
Shamanic. Okay.
Yeah.
So her touch isn't just about easing physical pain.
No, not at all. It unlocks something in his consciousness. It's the trigger.
Let's talk about how that works, because it's not just a simple flashback.
No, it's much stranger. Milo starts experiencing these incredibly vivid memories, but they're not linear and they're not his.
He couldn't possibly have witnessed these things.
Logically, no.
Yeah.
But they feel like his own memories.
The source has that amazing description, doesn't it? About the train.
Yeah, it's perfect that the visions stream past him, like the radically changing scenery out the window of a swift train.
It captures that feeling of speed, of being overwhelmed, maybe.
Exactly. It's too much history, coming too fast. He starts to realize his body, his trauma, it isn't just his. It contains something much larger.
Maybe the trauma of a whole country? Or even further back.
That's the implication. It stretches way beyond his personal experience in Iraq.
Okay, so let's jump off that train, like you said, and land where Milo seems to land most often. New York City, 1936.
Right. And this timeline is all about a really intense emotional situation, a love triangle, essentially.
Let's start with a couple who seem to represent duty or stability. Joe and Pearl.
Okay. Joe's the central figure here. He's a musician, plays the saxophone. He's just come back from playing on ships.
But he wants to be a lawyer. That sounds like a different path.
It is. That's the stability path, the responsible one. He's married to Pearl.
And their meeting story is pretty epic in itself.
Oh, yeah. He met her back in 1923, out in the desert. She was working wardrobe for Cecil B. DeMille.
On the Ten Commandments set. Wow.
Yeah. Gives their relationship this almost mythic beginning, doesn't it?
And Pearl is described as incredibly devoted, having fierce, unwavering faith in the marriage.
Despite immense hardship, the source mentions she's had 5 miscarriages.
That's devastating. So their bond is about loyalty, endurance.
Absolutely. Survival. And even their home reinforces this. They live on Featherbed Lane.
Featherbed Lane. Wasn't that named because soldiers used featherbeds there during the Revolution?
Exactly. To cushion injured soldiers. So the place symbolizing their commitment, their home, is literally built on a site of historical conflict and protection.
Duty and history are baked right into the foundations of their life together.
And into that walks Vivian.
Pearl's cousin.
Right. An art student described as intellectual, maybe a bit quiet, hesitant.
But she meets Joe right when he gets back on the dock.
And there's an immediate spark. But it's not just attraction, it's shared passion.
For music.
Specifically for jazz, that wild sound coming east from the Midwest, as the source puts it.
So Joe's trying to lean into law, responsibility, Pearl.
And Vivian represents the complete opposite, this intoxicating, maybe dangerous freedom found in the music.
Their connection is sonic, almost rebellious.
It really is. And that tension just explodes at one point. They're dancing at Roseland.
And the music, this happy swing rhythm. It makes Joe realize something terrible.
Yeah. He realizes the music itself, the joy of it, would kill them both.
Why? Why would happy music signal destruction?
Well, think about it. Their happiness together in that moment, dancing to that rhythm. It requires betraying Pearl. It means abandoning duties, stability, Featherbed Lane.
So the joy is built on something unsustainable.
Exactly. It's a passion that can't survive the reality of their obligations. The music becomes this prophecy of their downfall.
And the affair does end tragically. Vivian gets pregnant.
She has the baby, a girl, but she makes this incredibly hard decision.
She decides she can't raise her.
No. She believes Joe and Pearl can offer a better, more stable life, so she gives the baby to them.
Wow. So Joe and Pearl adopt the child of the affair.
Yes. And Vivian's last words to Joe about seeing the baby again are just gut-wrenching. I don't think so.
Just cuts it off. Clean break.
A very harsh one. So this child, Iris, is born from passion, yes, but also immense sacrifice and, well, abandonment.
And the trauma is now literally part of the family line, biologically present.
Mm-hmm. But just as we're settling into this 1930s story,
The perspective shifts violently, right? Honor touches Milo's arm.
and boom, they're thrown completely out of time and place. Suddenly, it's Constantinople, 1623.
This is where the symbols come in. The big recurring symbol.
This is it, the historical interlude that introduces them. We meet Parvin. She's a Persian dancer in Sultan Murad V's harem.
And the Sultan wants special symbols made just for her.
Yes, by the royal alchemist, a man named Avedis.
Okay, so Avedis is the symbol maker, but there's more to his story.
Oh, much more. He's secretly deeply in love with Parvin. It's unrequited.
And he sees the symbols he's making for her as what?
As the sound of her spirit, the sound of love, and maybe even freedom, that's the word used.
A tragic romance driving the creation of these instruments.
Exactly. And it leads to this incredible act of sacrifice because Parvin doesn't love Avedis.
Who does she love?
Hyacinth, the eunuch who is her chaperone, essentially.
And Parvin gets into trouble with the Sultan. He was known for being quite volatile.
Extremely. She displeases him and he orders her execution, drowning in the Bosphorus.
But she survives.
How? This is Avedis' secret contribution. He invents a special kind of rope.
A rope.
Yes, one that would loosen and dissolve in water. He gives it to Hyacinth.
So Hyacinth uses the rope, Parvin escapes.
And she believes Hyacinth saved her. Avedis, the inventor, the one whose love fueled the escape, gets no credit. He remains unseen.
Wow. So his unrequited love creates the means of freedom, but he stays in the shadows.
Precisely. And the symbols he made, meant for her dance, now symbolize this explosive, dangerous freedom born from a love that couldn't be spoken.
Okay, let's connect the dots here. These symbols, symbolizing tragedy, freedom, secret love in 17th century Turkey,
become the defining sound of American jazz percussion 300 years later.
Are you saying the actual sound Avedis created, maybe even the metal itself, is echoing in the music Joe and Vivian are dancing to in 1936?
That seems to be the idea the source is pushing, this concept of sonic destiny. The explosive crash Joe and Vivian connect over is an echo of Parvin's escape and Avedis' sacrifice.
So the story isn't just passed down biologically, but through sound, through fate.
It's woven together, biology, history, music, fate. It's incredibly dense.
Okay, let's follow that generational thread forward again. We need to talk about Iris, the baby born in 1937, adopted by Joe and Pearl.
Right. We jump to her adult life, mostly focusing on the period from 1969 to 1988.
And her life is also marked by war and secrets, isn't it?
Very much so. She married the doctor, Alex Michaels, and their defining trauma comes from the Vietnam War.
Alex gets court-martialed. What were the charges?
Things like presenting an undisciplined appearance, complaining about supply shortages. But the real trigger seems to have been Iris.
Iris, what did she do?
She wrote this fiery letter to a major newspaper, basically condemning the secrecy surrounding the war.
And that was seen as contributing to Alex's downfall.
Widely believed to be the case, yes. He's found guilty of unbecoming conduct and dismissed from the army.
So it's like an echo of the past. Secrets, conflict, a passionate, perhaps reckless act leading to fallout.
It's a clear pattern, and this seems to fuel some really complex behavior in Iris later on. In 1969, she decides to find Vivian.
Her biological mother, who's now a famous photographer.
Yes, quite respected, and Iris does something, well, cruel. She sends Vivian the old wedding photo of Joe and Pearl.
Oof. Just a stark reminder of the life Vivian gave up.
Exactly, a deliberate twisting of the knife. But then she does something even stranger.
This is the theft.
Yeah. Iris breaks into Vivian's apartment, and she steals Vivian's latest work, new color photographs.
What kind of photographs?
Pictures of children, work Vivian was preparing for a big exhibition at MoMA.
Why steal pictures of children? The source says she saw them as her missing self, her ink and chemical siblings.
It's like she's trying to reclaim the maternal energy that abandoned her. Vivian chose her art, her career, over Iris. So Iris steals Vivian's artistic children, these photos.
She's taking ownership of the artistic progeny because she was denied the biological connection.
That seems to be the psychology. Seeing these photos as the siblings she never had, the life Vivian did choose to nurture. Its inherited rage turning into this act of theft.
And the line continues. Iris has a daughter, Anna.
And Anna, when she's just a teenager, gives birth to Honor.
Our healer from 2005.
Our healer. And Honor carries her own pain too, doesn't she?
Yes, the loss of her boyfriend, Sam.
Yeah.
A journalist killed in a truck ambush in the desert.
The desert again, echoing Milo's war experience, echoing where Pearl met Joe. That setting keeps recurring.
The circle of trauma linked by place.
Which brings us to this really pivotal moment in 1988. It might be the turning point.
When little Honor finds the photos.
Yes. 4-year-old Honor finds those stolen Vivian photographs hidden away in Iris's closet. Priceless works of art.
And what does she do?
She takes a blue ballpoint pen and scribbles all over them. Her name, drawing stars, staircases, gardens, just covers these irreplaceable photos.
Oh my God, destroying MoMA-level art. You'd expect Iris to explode.
But she doesn't. Something has shifted in Iris. Years of anger, maybe, softened by love for this granddaughter. She forgives Honor.
And she sees the act, the scribbling, as the perfect use and manifestation of her inheritance. What does that mean?
It's profound. It means the cycle is breaking, the trauma, the rage that led Iris to steal those photos. Her feeling of being a missing self is being overwritten.
By a child's innocent creativity.
Exactly. Honor, who knows nothing of the deep, dark history behind those photos, is just expressing herself. She's transforming this symbol of abandonment into something new, something creative. The burden is being released, repurposed.
Which loops us right back to Milo in 2005, and the purpose of dredging up all this history through him. Healing.
And we get that incredible insight from the source. Milo was free from pain when he was inside the story.
So, by inhabiting all this other trauma, these other lives, he found relief from his own.
It seems so. The historical narrative became a refuge from his immediate personal pain, and the physical healing follows.
He starts to walk again.
Yes, makes a full physical recovery. And his mindset changes. He tells Honor, I want to know what's going to happen next.
Which is huge. It means he cares about the future again.
A massive step. He walks out of the hospital.
And there's that final moment between them where Honor has this realization about their roles.
Right. They've inverted. Milo, the soldier, the patient, is now seen as the angel, the one with wings, the one who facilitated this whole visionary journey.
And Honor, the healer, the shaman, she's now the soldier. The one with discipline, carrying the fight. Why that switch?
Maybe because the healing journey required Milo to surrender his individual story, to become the vessel for this larger history, the visionary angel.
While Honor carried all that complex lineage within her.
She has to become the grounded one, the disciplined keeper of those stories, the soldier ready to fight for the future that can grow from them. The healer now carries the legacy, the fight.
And Milo gives her one last piece of the puzzle.
Yes. His final words are from 1623. He tells her about Parvin surviving the drowning, meeting Hyacinth on the shore. It closes that ancient loop.
The loop started by Avedis's love and his symbols.
Completing that sonic destiny. And then, the ultimate hopeful note. Honor, now apart from Milo, gives birth to their son.
And the stories become his inheritance.
Exactly. She talks to Milo's spirit, essentially saying, tell our son where he comes from, tell him our stories. The history becomes the foundation for new life.
So when you pull back and look at this whole intricate web, what's the takeaway for us, for the listener?
Well, it's staggering how interconnected it all is. Joe and Vivian's affair, Parvin's fight for freedom, Iris's theft, all these disparate actions across centuries converge.
Converge to create Honor, the one person whose touch, whose history, could unlock Milo's healing.
Right. It really highlights that deep connection between our psychological state and the narratives we inherit, often unconsciously.
Like Milo being free from pain inside the story.
Precisely. It suggests that maybe the path to dealing with our present pain involves understanding the complicated, messy, often traumatic legacies that led us here. You can't erase the past, but perhaps understanding it allows you to repurpose it.
It definitely encourages you to think beyond your own lifetime, your own immediate struggles. The source has that line, trouble starts when we take the symbol for reality.
That's a powerful one. If every symbol, every object, every intense feeling we carry, those boots Milo wore, the stolen photos, the sound of symbols, if they hold echoes of centuries of other people's pain and strength.
Then what stories are we carrying? What parts of our own lives, our own feelings, might actually be echoes from generations back that we're mistaking as entirely our own?
It's certainly something to think about. What collective narratives are shaping your reality without you even realizing it?
A deep thought to end on. Thank you for diving in with us today.